Hey everybody, today I have a pretty special model to show you guys. This just came in the mail and it is obviously the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, finished in this really nice ice white with dark blue wheels and a bunch of carbon fiber that we'll get into later. So this is the box. Obviously, I'm sure if you guys are familiar with Norev, these are pretty standard boxes and they don't really do anything special. So I'll get it out for you guys and we'll take a look around this model in more detail. Alright guys, we're back and I got this thing out of the box. So let's take a look at it in more detail. So like I said, it's finished in this really nice ice white paint. No real flake to note. It kind of just seems like a regular gloss white. But yeah, really nice matte blue wheels. The big GT3 RS sticker, and honestly not too much other color else going on besides all the black and carbon fiber that you were going to see. So let's take a look at the front of the model. And obviously up front, the headlights, I would say look fairly decent. Not really too much going on in there, no carbon fiber inside the headlights, but the pretty standard Porsche headlights that we've come accustomed to. Coming down here to the lower splitter, not really too much to see. It's all kind of matte black plastic, but they did use a mesh grille down here that I believe is real. Yeah, it is. So that's really nice. I like to see those features. Also, the daytime running lights sit right here, and they look fairly good as well. The Porsche crest, I believe, is just a sticker. I don't think it's an actual badge. Yeah, it's just a sticker, but it is on there, and it looks fairly good. A bunch of carbon fiber on the hood, as you can see, and more mesh grills right there that look absolutely incredible. So I think they really killed it with the carbon fiber work on this car. It looks really nice. So let me go ahead and try to open up the front so we can see what's under there together. And like I always have a hard time doing this, but there we go. So the mesh grills kind of sit underneath the hood itself. As you can see, there's some cutouts, but it looks fairly decent under there, but nothing really too much else to see. But I think they did a pretty good job with the details on that, so I can't complain at all about that little issue. But moving down to the side, a bunch of aero work coming down here. It's all in matte plastic, but it does look fairly good. Same with the front kind of arches, the little air vents right there. Those are also in matte plastic, but that's pretty standard for all the RS models. Porsche uses a lot of plastic. I don't think there even is a carbon fiber option from factory to get the rest of the car in there, but it's what it is in real life, so I can't complain there. Moving on to the wheels, like I said, they're actually a kind of a gloss finish, but they look just like a matte kind of pearlescent paint. It's really interesting, and I think it looks pretty good. Big yellow brake calipers behind there with the Porsche script on it, and drilled brake calipers, drilled rotors. I think it's also nice that there's little Michelin decals or details on the rubber of the wheel itself. So a really nice looking wheel area. I think they knocked it out of the park with those details right there. The mirrors themselves are finished in carbon fiber, and they have the gloss white paint underneath it. So a nice little two-tone going on under there, but a really nice mirror. The big GT3 RS sticker is kind of a it's a matte finish, and nice and crisp detail. I actually like the stickers on the side of the car. I think it just makes it look extra crazy. So I'm actually a big fan of that. I know some people don't like it, but I like it. Right here on the rear arch, there is kind of a matte black plastic air intake going on, but it does look pretty nice. I'm not too sure if you can see anything through it at all. I think it's just plastic filler in the inside, so not too unusual to see. But moving on to the rear, just really nice lines, really big arches on this car that cut in, and I really like the rear diffuser on this car just because the aero looks so crazy. So that's kind of the rear view. GT3 RS logo or badge right here, and a really nice Porsche kind of painted in gloss black sitting right on that tail light. The tail lights themselves, I don't think there's anything too crazy going on with them, but they do present really nicely and no issues with that at all. Moving down to the diffuser itself, as you can see, it's pretty detailed, I would say, and looks just like the real car. There's reflectors right here and a kind of a gloss black chrome, or kind kind of a gloss black dual exhaust tailpipe sitting right there. So really nice. Looking at the rear itself, as you can see, the kind of the roll cage through the rear window. But the wing obviously is absolutely massive and a big selling point for this model. I think it looks really cool. I know when this model first came out, a lot of people were having issues with the rear kind of wing not sitting straight. So I'm gonna put the camera down on the ground and just see. I think it looks relatively straight. Maybe it's a little crooked on this side, potentially, like it's leaning down just slightly. So people really had a big issue with that, and I think they've improved it. I've seen ones that are just absolutely not even close to straight, like coming down at a severe angle. So I think they've fixed that problem, and hopefully that won't be an ongoing issue with this model. But definitely something to look out for if you're going to get one of the original ones that came out. Sometimes the wing doesn't sit straight, so if you're going to pick one up, just make sure and ask, like, especially if it's a used one, if the wing is orientated correctly, or if it's a little crooked. But there's some more details on the rear vent itself. I think that's just, fake mesh plastic down there, and the trunk lid does not open up at all. But it is cool, as you can see, this little ducktail sitting underneath the wing, and I just think this looks super crazy. Big fan of it though. So moving on to the roof, it does kind of have this little design going on the top, and there is a bunch of carbon fiber sitting on there as well as a little bit of a matte black plastic, little wings sitting on the roof of the car. So I think it looks pretty good. Moving on to the interior, as you can see, it is black and kind of hard to kind of make out the details when the model is sitting at a distance. But when you open it up, what I've seen so far is that it looks pretty nice. So let me show you guys what we're looking at here. And let me use the little pick like you're supposed to. This model actually does come with one, so that is really nice. I think all the Norev models do. So let me try to get this door open so we can see all the details, and sorry for that, putting you guys in the car. So let's take a look at it. Starting off with the side sills, we do have a nice little GT3RS badge and a little bit of carbon fiber sitting around it. So I think that's a really nice feature to have. The doors themselves, they don't really open up all the way. As you can see, that's about as much as they go. But you can kind of make out some of the details on the door. A bit of carbon fiber and stitched white leather around the door panel, and a nice little cloth pull tab right there, which is a cool feature to add in. I've actually not really seen that in too many models. But moving on to the gauge cluster itself, as you can see, kind of blurry, but a lot of buttons and stuff on the steering wheel. Nice little pinstripe in yellow sitting on top of the wheel, but just really hard to make out the details because everything's black. Looks like this model does have the 6-speed manual option. It's not the PDK, so kind of interesting feature to note. Looks like the back of the seats are all carbon fiber, which is really nice. They probably didn't have to go all the way and do that, but it is cool to see when you actually realize they used a lot of carbon fiber in the inside. And also the seats themselves, they have this nice little perforation on the center, and I think it looks really nice. So I think they did an excellent job with the interior. Obviously carbon fiber on the headrest right there, and nice little WISEC logo on the seats of the headrest themselves. And you can't really see too much of the what do you call that? The roll cage in there, but it definitely is there. It's just, I think they probably should have used a different color. It does look like it's just black. But if they had maybe like a blue roll cage, I think that would have really stood out in this car. But overall, I think this is a really nice model and definitely one to pick up. I'm sure you guys have seen a ton of videos posted about these GT3RSs, but this is a new specification that came out, so I just wanted to show you guys real quick, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If we're not at 200 subscribers by now, I'm not too sure because I have to film these videos in advance. We're going to be doing a full collection tour, and I'm excited to show you guys that. So at 200 subscribers, we're going to make that happen, but please like and subscribe so we can do that, and enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you.